Hey folks, this is Wayne S. Pierce from the Wayne S. Pierce Show. How are you? 27th of May, 2014. I've been off for a while. Had Memorial Day off. I didn't do the Wayne S. Pierce Show or the Views Expressed live. I had to just take a moment to relax. Just take a moment to appreciate the fact that we live in a free country. Apparently, we live in a free country, and that our founding fathers and the soldiers that were in the War of Independence and the Civil War and every single war after that, then we appreciate their work. We appreciate their principles. I don't appreciate the fact that this government pushed them to go into somebody else's home and try to, make nice. You know what I mean? Out of the 238 years that we've been a country, we've been at war with somebody, and we've started a vast majority of them with somebody over 220 years. Or something like that. I don't know, somewhere. 220, 210, I don't know. Anyway, what else has been on my plate the last 3 days? Oh yes. Oh yes. You know, when you complain to somebody or a company, they usually turn around and try to make it right? You hope. I mean, that's one of the things you hope for, right? Well, lots of stuff has been happening, and I won't go into detail, but let's just say we got, we got a gift from a company. So I'll just leave it at that. It's small, but it's some would say it's insignificant, but it really wasn't, considering what we had to put up with for several hours. But anyway, I won't go into detail. I'll just say thank goodness for good people, So anyway, hey, I'm gonna take a little short break here, and I shall return, and sit tight, and I'll be back right after this. We the people have the power, for we are America. The views expressed live on the Free America Radio Network, freeamericaradio.us. Hello, folks. Welcome back. This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce right here for the 27th of May, 2014. How are you today? My God, I just wanted to give you a short little message here, probably let you know that I was off yesterday. I took a well-deserved day off, actually. It was Memorial Day, remembering all those that have helped us become free people, and now for over 100 years, people have thought about how free they are and took it for granted, and are in a extreme state of complacency, and therefore you have this dumbed down entitlement mentality that people seem to have acquired, and they walk around with a chip on their shoulder saying that, oh, this government owes me, I put in blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something, folks. Nobody owes you a damn thing. If you ain't got it and want it, you got to work for it. And if you don't like it, you don't love it, you must not have wanted it too bad. Okay? There's so many things that people can do. There's so many things that people have the opportunity to do. There's just so much. I mean, here I am running my own little one-man operation. I don't make any money on this at all. Totally transparent with you. Make none. I ask people to support it through donations at freeamericaradio.us. And all that does, and all that would do, if I got anything, is to keep the show going and the website up. That's it. That's how small, but very significant, any contributions and donations would help. I mean, that's what they are. They're significant to keeping the show up and the website going and all of this. But I know that most people, when I ask that, that they contribute or help out in some way, nothing. Because there's this mentality, as well as this dumbed down mentality of entitlement, that some people say, well, somebody else is going to help. 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 And it's not going to happen, folks. Free America Radio Network is at the groundbreaking level right now. And in terms of getting the word out about the Bilderberg Group meeting at the end of this week in Copenhagen, Denmark, and other things happening like tyranny in your own, here specifically in Nevada, and your rights being taken away, and the New World Order being implemented, and the NDAA and the BLM. There's other networks out there talking about this. But we are at that groundbreaking level at a moment in time when all hell is going to break loose, and somebody is going to have to tell you about it. Okay? Somebody's going to have to give you a play-by-play of what's going on, whether it's here in Nevada or elsewhere in your own little hometown. Now, I know that there's a lot of people out there that say, well, why should I support a network that there are others out there like you? Why should I support freedom and liberty? Why should I support Free America Radio Network? Why should I support this? Because you need to know. There's only, I'm not going to say only, there are several basic patriotic networks out there in the independent media realm. And I got to tell you right now, straight up, to be totally honest, I know of only two that are direct, to the point, factual, and honest. Pete Santilli at the Guerrilla Media Network and the Pete Santilli Show is one of them. And I'm the other one. Okay? And I give props out to whoever is the most honest, accurate, and truthful. There's, of course, you've got the Alex Jones Show, which is, they talk about everything. He talks about everything, and he's got great reporters, and they were there at the Bundy Ranch a month or so ago, and they went out and exposed a training camp at Fort A.P. Hill in Virginia inside of another military base that was built to resemble a city, which literally interprets to be, or which literally means, as people would interpret to be, the military taking on the American citizens, taking on the terrorists, which, of course, I can tell you right now from their own documents, from the government's own documents, they tell you that's what they want to do. Okay? So there's a lot out there. So why support Free America Radio Network? Why? Because the first two words mean this: Free America. Free America. Your actions that you take to free America are the actions that will be seen by your family, friends, your kids, your grandkids in history to say, you know what, that person actually did something. Okay? And some people, I've had someone tell me, or actually a couple of people tell me, well, why are you asking for support? It's kind of weird that you have free in the name of your network, but you want support. Well, the meaning of those two words, and you have to use them in context, is free America, which means break the chains of the tyranny in America, break the chains of the fascism in America. Okay? That's what that means, and that's why I named the network that, Free America. We the people have the power. We are America. That's what I end the Views Expressed Live with, my other show that I do, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we all have to understand one very important factor in our own lives. We are free people. And we live in America. And we have to understand that, because if we don't, we're not going to be free much longer if we don't stand up and do what we have to, do what we must. So Free America Radio Network is just that. It's the instrument, it's the weapon, it's the 44 Magnum of freedom. Okay? It free America from the suppression of the dumbed down governmental indoctrination institutes and the principles of Marxism and fascism that are going through America like freaking cancer. We have to do what we have to do. And we have to free America up from the hands of the of these criminals that are in our nation's capital. Matter of fact, I'll tell you right now, with the states doing what they do and handling every situation that comes along, we don't need Washington, D.C. anymore. Washington, D.C. is nothing but an organization of thugs. It's a union of thugs, and that's just what it is. So we, the people, must come together and stand against the tyranny, against enemies, foreign and domestic, and free America from this terrible, horrible, this occupation that we feel in our own states by federal law, by executive decree from a would-be king. So to contribute, to donate to Free America Radio Network is you loading up that weapon of freedom, that weapon of liberty, that weapon that will decimate fascism and Marxism, that would free up the states to declare their own sovereignty. That's what that means. You are loading the cannon that will fire that first shot among many that will be heard around the world once more. And that sound will reverberate through the United States of America, for America, by Americans, that will tell the New World Order that they're done. So contributing to Free America Radio Network in any way, shape, or form, I do appreciate it, and so do my listeners. And if you're able to, please do go to freeamericaradio.us, donate as much as you can if you can. And I'll appreciate that very, very much, because I'll carry that weapon of freedom as far as it can go and as much ammunition as you can give me. Consider your contributions as ammunition for this big, massive cannon that is going to be fired for freedom. And don't get me wrong, there's other people out there in the independent media arena that are doing the same thing, and their listeners are probably contributing to their networks as well. So you're not alone. You're going to be with a hell of a lot of patriots that want America back. We need to free America today. So support, if you can, Free America Radio Network with as much as you can. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Going to take a little break here. I shall be back to discuss a few things. Not much. This is only going to be a short one. Coming back from a well-deserved vacation. And I'll discuss a few things that are happening in our world and give you a preview of what's coming up on the views expressed today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Free America Radio Network. Talk to you in a bit. This is the Free America Radio Network. For more information, go to freeamericaradio.us or email us at freeamericaradio@usa.com. Sharing the truth, one fact at a time. Listen to the views expressed live on the Free America Radio Network. Broadcasting live on wakingupthemasses.com and 1610 AM in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. Tune into the Views Expressed live Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Free America Radio Network. For more information, go to freeamericaradio.us. Welcome back. This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce right here for the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast for the 27th of May, 2014. I hope your Memorial Day was awesome. Hope you had the barbecues and all that good stuff. But let's not only do that, but let's think about why we have a Memorial Day. Okay? Just keep that in mind as well. Hey, come join me on the Views Express live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Free America Radio Network. And you can join me at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And you can also join me on wakingupthemasses.com and also Spreaker.com and also on 1610 AM in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. Anyway, and all points all over the internet. You can always catch this show in archive as well. Just go to Spreaker.com and look for Free America Radio Network. And, of course, the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast. Anyway, you can also go to our website, which is thewaynesPierceShow.weebly.com. So there you go. You can check that out as well. What is coming up? Like I said, it was going to be a short one today, only a 30-minute one. It's usually an hour, but because I let some things go before going on a little mini vacation, I have to catch up on some stuff, and I think we all understand how that is, right? So, anyway, hey, again, I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Bob Brutus over at wakingupthemasses.com, also Mr. Brian Lang over at livetruthradio.com. Brian Lang was in Washington, D.C. over the Operation American Spring. That a lot of people said there was a no-go, but there were a few thousand people there. And this weekend, I think there's going to be a run as well, or this past weekend or something like that. A bunch of motorcyclists went in there. So I'm telling you right now, people like Glenn Beck, people like Sean Hannity, people, in the mainstream are literally going to tell you that it wasn't much. They're going to tell you that. But guess what? They're wrong. Look what happened back in history in 1775, was it? 1775? or somewhere around in there, the later in 75, early 1776, where a small group of people decided, or was it, anyway, back in history, around that time, a small group of people got together and said, hey, we're tired of King George taxing our tea. We're tired, and that's one of the things that they were tired of, and there were other things too as well. But that was just one of the things that you might read in history. And they got together as a small group, and they started going around and talking to people, and they said, we really need to do this because this is our country, and we want it to be our country, and we want to separate ourselves from the tyranny that is the crown, and you got to understand that prior to 1776 or the War of Independence in 1775-76, there were people here for 200 or 300 years. So I mean, there were people here for a very, very long time, going through all sorts of hell and struggling to stay alive. So, I mean, you get to this point where hundreds of people, thousands, tens of thousands of people got together and went, we need to separate ourselves from tyranny. And it looks like here in 2014, May of 2014, we're looking at the same thing. And there's a hell of a lot more people here than there were 238 years ago. So, I mean, you got to look at it that way, too, because, I mean, you have to look at history. You have to really examine a lot of these things and really, really pay attention to what these people did to secure freedom and liberty in the new continent, which later became the United States of America. Okay? And you really have to look, and it was emotional, and it was draining, and it was a struggle, and it was bloody, and it was, just so much going on that, people nowadays don't even understand the struggles. They don't understand how bad it truly was back then. So, and I don't even think we know how bad it was. I don't even think we can even, if we weren't there, we don't know. We only hear from our grandfathers or fathers who went, World War II to Vietnam, Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf, whatever it was. We don't know because we weren't there. I didn't get drafted to go to Vietnam. I didn't get, I didn't enlist to go into, the Gulf War in 91. I didn't know. None of that. I don't know what their struggles are like. I can just see it from the outside going, man, that looks like hell. But we're struggling now, and we understand that. We understand what the pressures of tyranny are. We don't know the physical struggle to push back against that tyranny because most of us are saying we have to get a gut check and a reality check, and we have to understand that we have to push back regardless. We have to put our lives on the line for this. We understand that. And those people who are, let's put it this way. There are people who are so complacent, they're waiting for somebody else to do it, so that if there's bad things that are going to happen on that end, they're just going to sit the game out, if you know what I mean. They're wusses. They're cowards. All of them. All of these people that are complacent are cowards. Complacency breeds cowardice. Okay? That's what it does. Courage, as John Wayne said, is being scared as hell but doing it anyway. We need to step up to the plate and realize just what we mean to other people as our family and friends and co-workers, but what they mean to us and what their freedoms and liberties mean to us. And if we're the only one in a group of 100 people that are going to stand up and defend those other 99 against tyranny, then we're going to be that one. And some people are going to say, well, you're going to martyr yourself for somebody else that doesn't appreciate you? Yes, because that's our duty and responsibility when we understand that even they are being suppressed by a tyrannical government. You're gonna give your life and all of that to somebody that disagrees with every single principle you have? Yes, because they are also being suppressed by a tyrannical government. It's called humanity. It's called stepping up to the plate. Regardless of whether or not you stepped up, I'm going to use a baseball metaphor here. No matter how many times you stepped up to the plate in all the games that you've played and struck out, there's going to be that one time you're going to hit that home run and get the winning run coming in. So you're going to be part of that fulfillment of that goal to win. Out of a room of 100 people, let me go back to that. I can stand up and defend everybody else, regardless of whether or not I agree or disagree with them. They're humans. They're fellow human beings. I can probably get the crap beat out of me, but 2 or 3 other people are going to step up and start fighting. And then after a while, you're going to get 20% of the people stepping up. Then 30, then 40, then 50, then all of them are going to step up. But in reality, that will happen, but you're going to see approximately a third of them go to the other side. Why? Complacency breeds cowardice. And all they want is power, bestowed upon them by someone who will take them under their wing and give them everything they ever wanted, and not have to work for it. If they can go out every once in a while and beat somebody up and take their loot and get more stuff from other people, you know what? That's the kind of pathetic loser those people are. Cowardice is bred by complacency. Cowardice is the result of complacency. And the more that you sit around doing nothing, the more that you will receive nothing. So you really have to get up and go do something. You really have to get up, even if you're talking to someone out in the street or talking to one of your, political leaders in your city, just one-on-one. If you see him in the mall or see him in a coffee shop or something, you just talk to him. You just say, look, this is how I feel and I'm tired of it. That he may go back and complain to the rest of his colleagues. And if you so happen to be lucky enough to go into the governor's office and meet with his reps or meet with him personally or her personally, then you air your disappointment with their leadership. Oh, they get pissed off when you are disappointed with their leadership. They may throw you out of the office. Who knows? But I'll tell you what. Doing something will gain you something. Doing nothing will gain you nothing, because complacency breeds cowardice. You want to be a coward the rest of your life? Yeah, I didn't think so. Neither do I. It's time we stand up, take a stand against this bull crap that's happening, and do something about it. Small ways, things are going to come together, and there are going to be bigger ways of getting things done. Go to freeamericaradio.us. Join me on the Views Express live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Free America Radio Network.